and gentlemen, welcome to the 10th episode of the Tait Talks Podcast. I'm the host, Tait Middleton. This is my podcast, so if you don't like me, you might as well fuck off now. My guest today is the one and only Will Stevenson. Today we're going to be chatting about, he's an aspiring artist, martial artist, and has had a bit of addiction problems in his past, hopefully. And we're going to be chatting about all that stuff today. Will, thank you for coming on the show. How are you, mate?
Pretty good, well, thank you. It's good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
It's been a while, mate. Used to play footy with you.
Yeah, it's been a very long time. I would
hell.
say at least a couple of years, I would say.
Yeah,
at least a couple of
mate.
years of actually sitting down and having a chat.
Yeah, exactly, 100%, mate.
Probably
100%.
saw you somewhere along the traps.
Yeah. Talking to a pub or something like that.
Yeah. Back in the day when we could go to the pub.
Yeah. The fucking Corona times now, pretty hectic, aren't they?
They're not good. They're not great, but everyone I know's, I was going to say fit and healthy, but I'll just say healthy. No one's really fit that I know.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Yeah, you're pretty fit too. You martial arts and stuff.
Yeah, martial arts, yeah. No, took martial arts at school, you know, like, got a jiu-jitsu when I was pretty young, when I was about, like, sort of 8 years old. My dad sort of got me in there with Peter Bean, and I was sort of a bit younger. I was a bit of a shy kid, and I didn't really like it too much.
Yeah.
I liked it, but it was a bit like...
Especially when you're grabbing people.
Yeah, and I was like a fucking chiller, man. I was like 8-year-old, fucking cruisy, like, you know, I wasn't super, you know, confident, I guess, you know. And then I sort of just stopped doing it, and then about like 13, my old boy got me into boxing, and, you know, same sort of thing. I wasn't really that into it, but he just kept me doing it, kept me pushing me doing it, and, yeah, it was fucking the best thing for me, It made me blossom into who I am today, you know? It fucking gave me a lot of confidence.
The artist extraordinaire.
Yeah, and also be comfortable to, like, fucking express myself as an artist, you know?
Yeah.
As a martial artist as well, you know? Like, and, yeah, like, I just boxed till I was about, you know, I still box now, but when I was about 18, I got back into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and, you know, because I was going through a bit of drug problems and, like, you know, smoking a bit of ice and that, and got sort of caught up in that scene and fucking, you know, went around the twist a few times, and like, that's what helped me was jiu-jitsu, man. I could go and train jiu-jitsu and
So it's a focus thing, is it?
Focus, discipline, and endorphins. Like, I took so much away from my body through drug abuse, and like, I feel that for me, training is my anchor. It's my rock solid thing. You know, I do train a lot. I just train all the time. You know, I surf, ride a bike, fucking box, do weights. Do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I do all that as well.
since the
camera's here.
Yeah, the camera's here. Yeah. Since the Corona happened, though, you know, I sort of tapered off Jiu-Jitsu, but kept my boxing up and kept my, you know, other strength and conditioning. But yeah, man, Jiu-Jitsu saved me. You know, I can go in there and train and come out feeling like I'm on ice, except I didn't fucking smoke shard or use a pipe or eat a rock or fucking do whatever. Yeah. And I can,
that's good, though.
You know, it's a good hit. It's like freebie.
It's good for your body.
Yeah. As a fucking one of my mentors told me, it's a freebie. It's something. It's a high you've earned that's free. Yeah. You don't have to go and fucking pay for it. I suppose you have to pay for a jiu-jitsu class, but, you know.
That's true.
I'm talking intensive, like, training and, like, being physical and, like, and using your body and your cardio and shit like that. You know, if you push yourself really hard, it's like yogis doing yoga, you know. They go into, like, the bunda, or they do a bunda or whatever, and they massage their intestines, all the air out, and you can have a fucking psychedelic experience just from a free fucking thing that's natural and it's all
the chemicals
good for your body.
In your brain.
Yeah, it's the right chemicals. It's like the right dopamines, the right endorphins, the right good shit that you fucking need in your body and in your life to keep you happy. Yeah. Yeah. So.
And that's jiu-jitsu for you.
That's jiu-jitsu and all the martial arts for me. That's martial arts. Yeah, you know, like that's what it is for me. Yeah, it's my anchor, and if I don't kind of do it or keep consistent with it, you know, even training by myself, like, you know, I feel, I get a bit depressed and shit, and I start losing my, you know, endorphins and my dopamines and my kind of like natural chemicals in my body that make me happy.
Well, it becomes an addiction in itself.
It is.
I've been told.
Hence,
not so much me doing it.
Yeah, well, it is, absolutely. And I've got an addictive personality. I'm that type of human. I'm very fucking, like, I get addicted to shit, you know. I get addicted to those feelings, those good
Yeah.
feelings, those, you know.
You want
those,
to chase it.
Yeah, I want to fucking, chase
Yeah.
that dragon, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I want to choke it out and rip its guts out, you know what I mean? I don't want to chase it, I want to fucking get it and
Yeah.
fucking take its head off, you know.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. But you know, martial arts, there's so much humility behind it, and there's a lot more
Seems to be
history, lifestyle.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
it's a big part of, like, you know, it's like the samurais. You know, like it's a beautiful thing, and I think it's a great tool for getting people off drugs. And getting people, you know, focused, or who have mental health problems and whatever. It's the biggest battle for me still too is getting myself to the gym.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, you know. That's one of the biggest, the hardest part about training. Yeah,
Yeah.
getting your ass there, but
Yeah,
once you're fucking there and you're doing it, you always feel better, and it's sweet, you know.
Yeah.
You learn new shit, you know. You improve yourself, and it's a good journey. Yeah.
It's good. It'd be good to, one, learn new stuff as well, and two, see the progress. You know, even if you're putting on a half a kilo muscle in 3 months or whatever it may be, you're always you can. One of the greatest things, you can actually build your body. You know, bodybuilders.
100%.
It's in the fucking name.
Oh man, it's bodybuilders. That's it. Those fucking bodybuilders. Like, you know, Adam Rochester. He's the fucking lord, mate.
We'll get him on the show.
Yeah, we should def get him on the show. He's a fucking number one fucking candidate for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, there's so much discipline in behind that too. Like, you could nearly call fucking bodybuilding a martial art. Probably not. It's not really combat at all. It's just, you know.
I would say it's an art form.
It is an art form. Yeah, it is. That is correct. It is an art form. But
you think about it. It is one of the hardest things.
It is. Ooh, mate, it's hard.
You can't cheat.
You can't cheat. Discipline. You know, like,
I mean, roids is a bit of a cheat, but like for the most part, eating healthy.
I think roids is part of the whole culture now behind bodybuilding. You know, you
still need to do the hard work.
Yeah,
you can't just take steroids and look like a fucking
absolutely.
bodybuilder.
So yeah, it is. It's an art form in itself. Yeah, it's like a yoga. It's a yoga, like the Hindus talk about yoga as, like, you know, it's something you just can do consistently.
Yeah.
You know, consistent. You know, and that's what that is. It's having discipline, and it's and, you know, physique your body, and then train yourself and push yourself. You know, and I suppose too, you can lift weights, and I've had it happen to me too. Is like, you lift weights so much that you do have a freebie, you have a little fucking psychedelic hit, and you know, it's a relief. You know, you feel like you're fucking calm and your mind's still. You know, because, like, mental health these days is pretty nuts, and, you know, like, it's hectic and shit like that. You're looking for those things that can make your mind still, because, yeah, I suppose that's a big thing in mental health is fucking the mind's racing, and it's 100 miles an hour, working on so many different angles, and it's fucking out of control.
Well, I think that might have something to do with the addiction type stuff.
Yeah.
If people are addicted to certain things, or easily addicted to things, surely there's a link between people getting depressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
From, you know,
from whatever
things aren't going the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whatever it is. You know,
your highs are really high, but your lows are
really low. Yeah, and that all comes to is, like, you know, like, addiction's a disease that rids the earth. You know, and it doesn't fucking discriminate on people. You know, there's politicians that have it. There's fucking so many people.
You can be a genius.
That's it. Yeah, there's people that you don't even know. You never even thought they would have been, but they are. You know, and it's a hard thing about it, because there's so many angles to it. For everyone, it's different. Their circumstances are different. You don't know what trauma they've been through. You don't know nothing. So that's why it's a hard thing to tackle, and there's so many different ways you can tackle it. But for me, I think a really great one is martial arts.
Yeah.
Training, you know, keeping healthy, keeping fit. And, you know,
well, that is linked to good mental health, is keeping fit.
100%, you know, like,
physically,
and mentally too, because you can't physically do shit unless you're mentally strong.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, the other day I jumped in the gym and I was in a bad headspace and I could fucking barely do anything. You know what I mean? Because I had too much going on in my head.
Concentrating on that.
Yeah.
Thing in front of you.
And what's going on in my brain's making me tired, you know, like, and I'm physically tired, you know, so, like, you got to get your head straight before you can. Yeah, that's it. You know, you use your brain as a muscle. You know, fucking train that thing to, like, get you in there, and, like. But it's hard though. You have those storms. You know, I'll call them storms. For me, I get storms. They come and go as they please, and you don't know when they're going to come, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So just to go back on the addiction side of stuff.
Yeah.
When you were, you said ice for the people who aren't Australian. I believe
Methamphetamine,
Sweet meth.
Sweet meth, methamphetamine.
Class barbecue.
That fucking crystal pistol, you know? that thing. The seductive mystique of the pipe, mate. It'll fuck you up.
How did you get onto it? Like
just growing up in a small town, you know, like there's a lot of ice. There's a lot of ice in Australia, you know. I just like fuck, you know.
Yeah, we went nuts.
I ended up, you know, just doing a bit of speed. Next thing I was smoking speed on a foil, like on foil. Next thing I'm fucking smoking speed out of glass barbie, and next thing there's this ice they called it, or shard, come onto the scene, and then, you know, fucking bang, took a hit of that, and I was gone, and fucking check you later. It was like. Yeah. You know, I didn't hit it too hard as somebody, you know, some people might still go so hard on it, and it's like, you know, off and on it, but like, you know, I had my little stint and fucked me up enough, and I went through some pretty, you know, life-changing experiences, and it definitely, like, is something that's not cool, and it's fucking bad for you, and I totally disagree and hate all the people that think just even doing a little bit's nice, because it fucking ain't. Yeah. And there's a lot of people out there that, you know... Yeah, I mean, you know, each to their own. I'm not fucking out, not like fucking writing off all those people. I'm saying each to their own, but in my fucking eyes, it's fucking bad. Shard's bad.
So, yeah, if you... I mean, I'm pretty sure it's proven that it's bad.
Yeah. It's all about herbs.
Did you... Yeah.
Herb the gift from the earth.
Did you have any... like health problems from being on?
Yeah, for sure. Mental health problems. I fucking one time nearly checked myself into a nut house. I was like, you know, in a pretty dark place, and you know, I had a lot of suicidal thoughts when I was like on it pretty hard, and it was just all drug induced though. It was all like just being awake for so many days, and your body just can't function. You know,
like, true.
Like the human body needs to sleep. You know, that's why. Like,
how long would you be up for?
Like, you know, 3-4 days, you know, just tweak it. You know, some people stay away for fucking 2 weeks, dude, you know, like, that's what I mean. Like, I hit it enough for me. Like, everyone's different, and everyone's got their different intake and how much they can do. For me, like, full, man, But, it was, I'm glad I got out of all that, and I got out of all that because of my, you know, good family and friends I had around me that, like...
Did you have to do, like, an intervention?
Well, sort of, not really. I had, like... You know, they just sort of like that, you could say that.
Tell you how it was?
Well, some of your mates, have your best mate tell you how much of a fucking scumbag you are. It digs deep. You know, like one of your good mates you grow up with, you know, and you've been through, you know, everything with, and they turn around and tell you how much of a piece of shit you are, and they're dead set serious and say they want nothing to do with you. It hits deep, you know, like you don't want to lose those friends in your life because they're like brothers, and
you don't get them back.
You don't get them back. Yeah. And in that other shard world, there's none of that. It's just fucking dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, it's good to have that, and I'm lucky to have that and have those people and those
It's actually nice that, some of your friends stood up to you. You
sure.
are a big dude.
Yeah.
I would be like, he's fine. He's just living his life.
True.
So that it's good that your friends were looking out for you.
Yeah,
they're true friends.
100%. And I had a sober coach, you know, I went to a psychologist and shit like that. But the mental health system, it's fucking hard to deal with. And for someone that's like so fragile, like, and that's the thing, because there's so many different angles of mental health, and it is really hard to tackle, and you can see it in the system, and it's fucked.
Well, everyone is different.
Yeah.
You know, what may work for me won't work for you. What works for you.
And what you're going through.
If they're like, Tait, we just need you to go to the gym to get off meth, I'm like, that's in a full-blown meth head.
Exactly. And it's everyone's different, but it's, you know, I've got a lot of mates who go to AA and NA and do all that, you know, like I've done a bit of that, but like, for me, I got my training, and that's, I've been taught that, like, you know, I got my training and my martial arts and surfing. I love the ocean, you know. Yeah. So, like, I've got all that, and they're my tools to use against addiction.
Did you figure that out just by going there, and you were just like, oh, this is actually pretty good, training, so martial arts, when you were, after you were not doing fucking meth, did you realize that on your own? Or did someone say to you, like, oh, maybe you should get back into martial arts?
I realised that on my own.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and my father's always pushed, you know, ground game on me. Like, he's always got me boxing that, but he's always like, fuck, you know, you need to learn shit on the ground, mate. Like, and I'm, you know, which is good, and he's absolutely right, you know. But it'd be cool to do more competing with it all. But, this year's a bit of a write-off with 2020. Did a few jiu-jitsu comps last year, which are alright. But, like... Sort of found it out on my own, like the training helped cure my anxiety with addiction and depression. And yeah, I just use those tools, you know, like AA and all that. I just kind of maybe not there yet, you know.
Yeah.
I've done a few of them, but like, you know, I think I've got my problem in control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the reins of it, you know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah.
What's the, can I just ask? That wasn't me being insincere or anything like that.
No.
It's good that you fucking...
Oh, 100%,
yeah.
mate, 100%.
Can I just ask, what's your typical AA meeting or...
Oh, for me, I did
what's
one...
NA?
NA is Narcotics Anonymous.
Oh, okay.
So, like, my mates do them, like, I've never, like, done a full big one, but
Yeah.
I've done just with, like, psychologists and counsellors and shit, and then, like, have a sober coach that I can always... It's like a sponsor, you know, you can always talk to, and they're there for you, and they can guide you, and, you know, my mates that have done full rehab and that, they could probably tell you more about all that.
Yeah, okay.
For me, I've got my fucking AA, and my NA is my training, you know, and getting in the ocean. Like, the ocean's fucking God, mate. Like, it does wonders. Like,
it terrifies me.
Yeah, but
there's too many dangerous things.
You fish? Do a bit of fishing?
I mean, I used to.
You used to, yeah.
It's always been river.
But there's something about looking at the ocean even, you know what I mean?
True.
It's the fucking end of the world, man. It's like, it's that last bit, you know, like...
It is kind of the all-conquering...
It's the...
Can I take back what's in...
Oh, mate, it covers 80%
down
of the
houses,
earth is ocean, you know? Like, it could fucking just shake a little and fuck everything up.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Tsunami, exactly.
Leveler.
Leveler, like, yeah, mate, the Earth's a fragile thing, Mother Earth, fucking hell.
It always takes back what's it.
Yeah, it does. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. Cycle of the universe. Everything cycles.
It's true. Always comes back.
Yeah, that's
comes back to bite you in the ass.
Yeah,
You're doing something wrong.
Karma.
Yeah.
That's it. Karma's a big thing. I believe in karma a lot.
I weirdly believe in it when I'm doing scumbaggery.
You're doing scumbaggery? Yeah.
When I'm like, you know what, and it can be tiny little things of like, you know what, if I put this dish in the sink, someone else will do it for me. and I'm like, you know what, if I fucking...
I feel
if someone else fucking does it, I'm just something... Yeah, I'm going to stub me toe. Something little.
Yeah, that's it. But that's it. That's karma.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the same. I still do shit like that, and then I'll fucking, like, hit me head with something, and I'll be like, fuck. You know, and I know it was karma, and then, like, I get the flash of what it was for. I'm like, motherfucker, I gotta change. You know, I gotta change my ways.
Don't leave your boots on the fucking middle of the floor.
Yeah, fully. Change me ways. But change is good. Change is great.
Yeah, spice of life.
Yeah, spice of life, you know, like, it's good to adapt.
Yeah, and that is... People who can adapt quickly in life, I think, are the true fucking just killers. You know what I mean? Not actual killers, but killers. I mean, it's a big thing. And anything, you know, you lose a loved one, you lose a job, you lose that. Some people cannot adapt after that. I've had, like, you know, grandparent, you know, dies or something like that, and the other one's just like, what am I supposed to fucking do now?
Yeah, for sure,
time to adapt or you're going to die.
Well, that happened to my grandparents. Like, my pop went, my mum's dad, and then literally, like, it was like a month, not even, I swear, my granny went. My nanny went. And, same thing. She just was like, he's out, I'm out. Catch him, you know? Yeah. So it's weird how life and love works like that. And
I'm pretty sure I read a thing about that.
It's like
massive heartbreak can cause damage to literally your heart.
Exactly.
It's pretty fucked. And that's coming from your brain.
Yeah,
you know
exactly right. And your emotions.
Yeah.
You know, we're very emotional people. You know, some people are more than others. You know, some are more empathetic and others aren't. You know, everyone's different.
It makes it easier being a bit more less emotional in stand-up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
I don't know how you do stand-up, man. I'll wig out, you know. This podcast
but
is enough for me. Like, you know, it's kind of good. It's like you can relax and chill and have chats, you know. It's like not as pressured.
What would scare me? What would make me more nervous was getting on a big wave on a surfboard. Yeah. Or getting, like, if I saw some intimidating guy across the ring from me in boxing, I would be like, oh, my heart would be racing more. I've had a heart rate monitor in stand-up.
I mean, it happens to me too,
and it's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's changed, like, you know, enough. But I reckon it would be going off the charts fucking if I was... Someone was standing in front of me. Flight or flight, I'd be like... I'm flighting. I'm growing wings and I'm flying out.
100%. And that fight or flight...
That's a different breed, though. Like, you actively... And yours is also... When you're up against someone else...
Yeah.
You're challenging them and yourself, and there is like a...
Well, it's a primitive thing, you know. you fucking you know, you're two people like opposing strategy against each other to try and hurt each other, or you know, in jiu-jitsu, submit or choke, or you know, break an arm. You know, that's a submission.
It could be
or sweep for points and stuff like that. You know, it's like you're both strategically trying to one up each other.
Yeah,
and that's what it is. And the same as boxing. You know, you're both strategically trying to punch each other's fucking heads in.
Yeah.
And
offense, defense.
Offense, defense, exactly right. And it's very fluent martial arts. That's what I love about it. It's so like art, and it's so like surfing. Like surfing's an art. Like, you know, like you watch people's styles, and it tells them a lot about themselves. It's the same as martial arts. You watch people's styles, and it will tell them a lot about who they are.
So when you see a flashy fighter, let's say, do you watch much UFC?
Yeah, I watch UFC. Like I used to watch more, but
do you know Sean O'Malley?
Sean O'Malley, I think so. Yeah,
He's these days, he's killing it these days. I think he's like 11-0, 12-0. But he does like spinning back kicks, spinning fists, Superman punches.
Very athletic,
what would you take from someone doing that? Is that someone really comfortable?
That's just his style. Everyone's style is different, and it depends, I guess, what weight class he fights in and stuff like that.
Skinny,
But,
tiny peeps.
Yeah, so like, it's definitely their styles are rad. And in jiu-jitsu, I really like it because you can see it happen really good when you're rolling, you're sparring, and you're rolling with one another, and it gets real fluent. You get in moments of it's like flow state. You know, you get in these flow states, and everything kind of links up. You know, or you just kind of you're on fucking autopilot, and it's just like
muscle memory.
Yeah, it's just all happening, and you kind of like that's just when I'm sparring at where I train and stuff, and it's good. That's why I like martial arts, because you get in those flow states. And
so, are you better? Like, is it more of a flow state when you're rolling with someone who's competent? You know what I mean?
For sure.
So someone's
it might be someone, for sure, like who's more competent or same level as you, same build. Like even people with different builds, you know, when you spar with them at training and stuff. There's flow states you find. That's what I love about jiu-jitsu and training and martial arts. Yeah, it's fucking epic.
Do you know? Answer that?
Nah, that's cool.
Okay. Martial arts itself is fucking. It impresses me that people can be that driven.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're going to get hurt at some point and come back the next day and then do it again and again and train when they're really fucking sore.
Yeah.
And they don't have... There's going to be times in your life when you're in martial arts where you think you're all that in a packet of chips, and then some cunt's like, no, it's actually me. Bop.
Boom.
And fucking... I'm probably 100%. More in training and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, mate, for sure.
And you get put... Like, it's the leveler.
Yeah. You get put in your place. Like, I've been put in my place heaps of times, and that's all part of it, you know. And that's what my pop used to tell me. He goes, you know, no matter how hard you fucking try, mate, there'll always someone better than you, mate. You know, that's just how the world works, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is. And it's true, but it's humbling. You know, to get the shit kicked out of you, it's actually humbling sometimes. If it's not too bad, you know.
Yeah.
You don't fuck up your leg, or you know, your knees cooked for fucking months, you know. But like at the same time, it's like karma teaching you something, you know. And it's like the fucking universe telling you that, okay, now you got to chill the fuck out. Maybe you're getting a bit too ego tripped trainer. Maybe you're getting too ahead of yourself, mate. You need to fucking take a step back and you know, go through the motions of like figuring out yourself and digging deep into yourself. And that's what I love about martial arts. I'm really into that side of it too. The sort of philosophy side of martial arts, as like, you know, it's been around for fucking thousands of years, you know. All different cultures have all different types.
It's always been a staple of every culture.
Exactly, and that's like, you look at the culture we live in now, there's mixed martial arts, there's UFC, it's like a combination of everything.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see. It's like modern day gladiators, you know, like that's kind of what...
It's the closest thing
to the Colosseum back in the fucking day, for sure, 100%. And boxing too, like that's just as good. Like that's fucking. I love watching like big boxing bouts, but it seems like these days the UFC's taken over a bit. You know, like, you know, as it like ratings and popularity, because it's all of them mixed in one. But boxing's fucking, it's tight as fuck, and it's like an art form to it for sure, man.
Boxing's fucking hard.
Yeah.
So real
I've never even done amateur fight, but I done heaps of sparring and
nowhere to hide in boxing.
And you know, been around gyms a lot, and it's cool. I love the culture behind it, you know, and that's just martial arts as a whole too. It just goes with it all. Like, I love the culture behind martial arts. Yeah, it's humbling for me, you know. When I was younger, I used to be a bit of a fucking ego tripper, but you know, now I'm a bit more chill and a bit more like grounded, I feel, and
it'd be a hard thing to learn so much stuff in boxing, jiu-jitsu, anything, and then being at the pub or street or someone, and someone's fucking with you, and you're like, all I want to do is
fuck you up.
All I want to do is implement the things that I've learned in training.
For sure, 100%.
It's the exact same as comes in the army. That they train to fucking kill all day.
That aspect to them, for sure, man. Like, but for me, you know, like I try and remember.
It takes a lot of balls to not club someone.
Yeah, well, that's the bigger
I
man.
wouldn't, but
it's the bigger man thing. You know, these days too, like you don't want to fucking hurt someone. Imagine punching someone in the head, knocking them out, and they fucking die, or they like get brain damage and they can't walk and shit, and you're in jail, and you just got to think about that, or like. You know, fuck that. It ain't worth it. Like, I think that if you think you're tough, there's other ways to be tough. And I think all those people out there do start street fights or do that. I'm not going to lie. When I was younger, I used to be a bit of a fucking tip rat and do that shit.
Yeah.
But you know, like, you know, now I've learned. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. And there's nothing.
Especially when people haven't done anything.
Yeah, that's for sure. I never really fucking bash people for no reason. There was always a reason behind it, but but yeah, it's like, and it's alcohol, you know, there's drugs involved, there's a lot of other shit, you know, all those fucking combos and fighting are bad, you know, and that's why martial arts is called martial arts, because it's an art, you know, it's like painting and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like surfing, you know, there's soul behind it, there's spirit behind it, there's this big, you know, connection with the universe and yourself and finding like fucking alignment within, you know what I mean? So it's definitely good, and it's great for addiction. So any of you fucking junkies out there who need some help, or you know you want those steps towards something good, is like, yes, join a gym. I know it's hard with Corona. Maybe like order some fucking weights or a punching bag. You know, like do that. Maybe watch some jiu-jitsu on YouTube. You know, find a friend to wrestle with. Maybe Am I speaking too loud on this thing?
No.
I get too fucking hectic on this fucking
It's
microphone.
all perfect, mate. What I will do is I'm just going to pause because the video is going to...
Yeah, man, no worries. Yeah, sweet as, brother.
You were saying you think that it's a massive thing for addiction, to recovery from addiction is martial arts and training and stuff.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Let's
without
say,
doubt.
But for someone that doesn't spring to their mind straight away, or like they've never done any martial arts, or they have done martial arts and they're still doing their thing.
Well, even not even martial arts. Like if someone has addiction problems, I reckon a really big factor in beating that addiction is exercise, physical exercise. It's getting your cardiovascular, system to work and getting your body to do what it's fucking supposed to do, and it's supposed to move. Your body's supposed to move.
Yeah.
So and that doing that will help. Or start at least to level out all the chemical imbalances in your brain and what you're going through, neurologically in your fucking mind and shit. Like you got to rewire your whole setup if you're a proper addict.
Yeah.
So that takes time and discipline, and that's why I reckon martial arts is good for that, because it gives you both. And it gives you the physical exercise as well behind it, and also the mental, like cognitive thinking, problem solving, staying cool under pressure. It gives you all of that. That's why I really recommend martial arts for that, and that's a good therapy for addiction.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is hard, and that's the thing. Everyone's different. For everyone, it's different.
Where would you say they just want to kind of admit that they will have a problem? They want to talk to someone. Would you send them anywhere? The AA or what?
I used there's Headspace. There's Headspace in Geelong, I think it is. There's a number of different
Helpline.
Yeah, there's the blue fucking
Beyond Blue.
Beyond Blue. Sorry, there's that. Yeah, there's suicide helplines. I'm sure if you go on Google, mental health, or like I'm about to fucking kill myself or something like that, and look that shit up and it'll have some links, But Headspace is a good one. They're in Geelong.
Yeah.
They're definitely good for like younger people, getting them back on their feet, stuff like that. There'd be a number of rehabs out there, So yeah, it's just you do a bit of research, and it's pretty easy these days. There's phones, technology, cameras. There's everything. So, and it's not that hard. It's within arm's reach. So that's the first step. But it'll be those first steps are the hardest steps. and admitting to yourself that you're going through some shit and you need to change your ways, sort of thing. So, but and it's not something. Some people just stop cold turkey. Some people can't. Some people got to slowly fucking walk out of that dark forest. But you do learn a lot from yourself. You do. I feel like been in some pretty dark places, but really it nearly gives you drive, and
you never want to get back there.
Yeah, or you go, fucking, hang on a second, I'm fucking out of here. Yeah. You just, because you're going so far down. But thankfully with me, I haven't been like that in a very long time. So, but I was like that at one stage, and it was hard, and it's just I feel good talking about it and making people aware of what's going on, and it's good to talk, mental health thing, it's okay to be not okay, and ask those mates that are even real happy and look normal, ask them if they're alright, ask whoever, ask all your fucking mates, how you doing, family and friends, just be there for people, I guess, because some people don't have anyone and they feel like they've fucking got no one, and that's a big part of it, it's reaching out to people. So everyone can do their part. Even if you don't have mental health or fucking addiction problems, you can fucking reach out and help cunts.
Yeah. Cunts, that's right.
That's right, cunts. You can reach out and help cunts.
It should be out on TV. You can do something for another cunt.
Get up your ass, cunt, and fucking do something.
Go for a run. Take your mate on a run.
Or even just talk to your mate. Fucking tell him how it is, cunt.
I was gonna go into so one of your mates spoke to you and said that you were being a scumbag.
Yeah, that was.
Would you recommend let's say I'm a fucking ice head, you see me, you're hanging around with me.
We're mates, yeah.
Would you be like, do you think that's a great thing to be like, listen?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm being fucking honest. You're being a fucking scumbag. Yeah. Everyone hates you.
Yep.
You're close to fucking losing me as a close childhood friend.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would very much... Yeah. You think people should 100%. Tell them how it is?
Yeah, I reckon that's a big thing too. But you also have to be careful because, with mental health, it's a very fragile thing, and for everyone, like we're saying, it's different for everyone, and the angle for everyone is different, and you don't know how some people are going to react, and you don't know, exactly right, how people are going to react to what you're going to tell them, and some people. I think it's hard. You got to kind of be a bit of an empath and read how they're feeling, because you might tell someone that who's in a really fragile state, they might turn around and break your fucking jaw.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a very hard thing. It's like you got to get some the X-Men powers out.
Yeah.
And, really
kind of feel around.
You got to feel around. You got to do what humans.
So not straight blunt, but.
Well, you could do what humans were doing back thousands of years. They were feeling shit, or back before when when fucking we were apes and shit. We felt the fucking nature. We felt the fucking meat we were hunting, and there was a lot of feeling shit, feeling weathers, feeling the moon, feeling all kinds of different changes in the area and in your surroundings. So you just try and be like that. Tap into your primitive fucking sense and feel how they're feeling and kind of try and guess how they're going to react. But that is a good way, is putting it how it is and saying it how it is to them. That happened with me, and it's one of the best things that happened with me. I obviously had a few little relapses on ice, but nothing too major. But one significant one was when a close mate of mine told me how much of a piece of shit I was. And he wants nothing to do with me, and that was hard. Someone you grow up with and who's your fucking homie, and they tell you how much of a fucking loser you are. It hits deep. It hits deep, and it's emotional experience. It's like an intervention kind of thing, and it's good. Those interventions are good. But you just gotta read the situation, and it has to be at the right time, because like I said before, you might say it how it is to someone, and they're in the completely different state, and they might take it the wrong way, or you might come across a bit too aggressive with it, and they might flip out on you. So
So you gotta kind of.
So you gotta. It's a hard thing. That's what I mean. Mental health's a bloody hard thing to fucking deal with. It's a hard thing. It's a complex thing. But it's good that we're becoming aware of it these days, and blokes especially talking about how they feel.
Yeah, back in the day,
it was all
back in my dad's day,
fucking pussy, shit like that. It's like,
what are you, a puffed up?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much what my dad used to say all the time about anything. Yeah, he'd be like, that was his go-to words of it could be
fucking gay, or something like that. Misogynistic shit, you fucking girl, or this and that. And it's like, mate, it's good we're living in a world and we're all starting to become more aware of just talking about shit and equality with everyone. You know, it's a big thing.
It's much better.
But it's much better. 100%.
PC shit's annoying with.
Mate, we should bomb the world with DMT, mate. We should just fucking, everyone should just have one trip at least once. A few might go cuckoo, but then they'd come good. Some might not. But I reckon overall it would make a big global consciousness of everyone fucking thinking the right way. Like even with this corona, it seems like it's pulling the world apart. Like it's fucked up.
You reckon DMT?
I don't know about DMT, but like fuck some sort of nice. No, I don't know, they're going to think I'm a terrorist now, some sort of psychedelic terrorist going to bomb the world with DMT.
In the reservoirs?
Yeah, fuck, mate. Well, they're already doing it. No.
Welcome to the Conspiracy Theory Podcast.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get back on track before we go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
All right. Smoke, mate. So, addiction. Go nuts.
I swear, man. Oh, it's just the camera's on.
Oh, no. You can do
it. Have a diary.
You had your struggles with addiction, martial artist. It's obviously a big thing.
Been a big.
How often would you train?
Well, like it varies, man. Like when I was before this corona I was on, like I was training pretty hard. When I did the Aussie titles, I trained really hard for that. I dropped a weight class and. I was doing really big bike rides. I was training jiu-jitsu 4 times a day. Four times a week, sorry. And then and I was doing cross training within that. Surfing and riding my pushy and running and hitting the bag, punching and doing weights and but fuck, I don't know. It comes and goes, but I keep pretty consistent with physical training. It's good. Like I want jiu-jitsu to start back up with the corona thing. Like they're doing classes at 10, and you got to get this app, but it's still. It's not really contact, we're just doing exercise and stuff, which I'm going to get in there and do. It starts on the 13th. But then I just don't know when they're going to shut it down again, It's a weird fucking time, like, for all this shit.
Especially for Victoria.
So that's why I'm stoked you can still go surfing. Like, that's been a big part of my fucking mental health with this corona. Like, I lost a lot of work for a bit, but it's come back now. It's sort of like peaks and troughs, just like these fucking corona waves. That's how work's being affected. It's getting affected in waves, That's me personally. For some people, it's completely different,
Yeah. You said Aussie titles. Was that last year?
Mm-hmm.
How did you go?
I didn't do as well as I thought I would. I think I got bronze. Yeah, I got a bronze medal. I just went in the gi medium heavyweight.
Yeah.
And
medium heavyweight.
Yeah,
so was that 9 kilos?
No, you got to be you can't be way more than 88 kilos with your gi on. So in the gi, I should have a lighter gi, but I got a pretty heavy one, and so I got to cut a bit of weight, but I didn't, and I was a bit deflated. I was going through ex sort of relationship stuff, and I was a bit deflated. I trained real hard, and then I got deflated. I kind of stuffed up. But you live and you learn. And then I wanted to train and real hard for the competition this year, but 2020 is a write-off pretty much.
2020 is fucked. That's pretty much what we're putting it down to, is 2020 is fucked. Hence why I made a podcast. Keep myself sane.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's the best thing ever, man. This is rad. This is the first podcast I've been on. It's fucking mad. I'm excited.
This is legit, man.
This is fucking legit, bro.
In my mum's shit.
Yeah, but that's where it starts, man. That's where it starts, man.
Yeah, it's true. At least it's not cold as fuck, which it's been terrible.
Well, yeah, down here in Victoria, down in Belbray,
down the slums of Belbray.
Yeah, we're down here and it gets cold.
Yeah, man.
I'm up around the road, that's fucking insane,
Yeah. I feel, is there anything you wanted to add with the drug addiction part of it? Any fucking insights you want to fucking say?
Man, that's the thing. For everyone, it's different. Everyone's on their own journey, so...
How did you know when you were, besides when your mate told you?
I
did you know you were an addict?
I already knew, but it's just I was, had a sober coach before this one, and then I relapsed again, and and I still to be completely honest here, I still haven't fucking dabbled in other drugs, recreational drugs, not ice though, no fucking way. But you know, like obviously smoke a fair bit of weed. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
and I'm happy talking about that because you know what, man, it's a herb, and if anything, it's a fucking medicine that should be goddamn legal. And if the
It's
government,
legal in Canada. I just got back from Canada.
yeah,
It's legal.
if the government ain't out for half a fucking brain, they just tax the shit, and I think all that shit needs to be ramped up, and we need to start looking at legalising this shit recreationally and medicinally. It's already like slowly there medicinal, but it's just a fucking head fuck to get the meds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's crazy. Like I was in Vancouver and it was legal there, and it's so common.
yeah, it is 100%. There's so many different types of remedies you can make for like using marijuana, using cannabis, using the flower, using just hemp seed. Like there's so much different stuff you can do with a plant, and that goes back to plants. You know, people have been using plants for thousands of years as medical purpose. You know, shamans they're medicinal plants. You know, they've been used for fucking since the dawn of time. You know, for all kinds of shit. You know.
Yeah.
There's this
And
theory
they
that Stone
survived.
Age- yeah.
And they survived. They're still around.
Yeah.
Well, they're not. What?
Ooh.
I mean, like.
Yeah, the mushrooms, man. They're around.
Yeah. They sure are.
But, you know, there's also heaps of other stuff. Well, this cool book. It's called Plants of the Gods, and it's just it's all the different plant remedies, psychoactives, and psychedelic plants of the world, and from the cultures, and it's really interesting to see where all that comes from.
Yeah.
You don't learn about this shit in school, do you? You don't learn about tax and shit in school, do you? They don't
Mate,
teach you none of this fucking shit.
We need to.
That's how they're built.
This is what we need to learn about. Fucking these are some things I think we should learn about in high school. Right? One, how to iron your clothes.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
Nearly 30 and can't fucking do it.
Yeah. I'm the same. Like, I have a stab, but it's not as good.
Yeah. Two, how to fucking save money.
Yeah. 100%.
Just some way, some way to just teach us how valuable it is to save money. And three, probably how important foreplay is.
Yeah. 100%. And four, we should be teaching Indigenous culture way more in primary schools and high schools across Australia. That is fucking bullshit. How we learn, Indo and French language and shit in primary school and high school. It's like, why don't we learn Indigenous? Why don't we learn Indigenous language and their literacy? Like that's a big thing that pisses me off about Australia is that, we learn about America's black history. We learn fuck all about Australia's black history, and I reckon that's bullshit. And that's something that I reckon should be number 4 on the fucking.
I reckon
list.
that may change. I reckon in the curriculum that will change.
Sure, 100%.
Because it is a strange one that they really don't teach us much about.
And it's probably the biggest living culture on Earth.
It's been around a while.
It's been around a long time, and that I just reckon that should be a big part of the curriculum too. That and fucking the tax man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teach tax.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking one.
Yeah.
Teach us tax write-offs.
Yeah. All that shit, man.
Yeah.
You don't learn any of that shit in fucking school. Unless you might do accounting. If you do accounting, you might fucking learn how to fucking
true.
weasel in
But
on
I
that
haven't fucking. I haven't learned any. I haven't used any of the maths that I did. I haven't fucking it's. There's so much shit that I learned in high school that is just useless.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, man. I'm the same. I went pretty shit at maths and that, but and same as English. But school, I didn't like school.
I was not a school man.
Yeah, neither was I.
Finished at 17.
Yeah, I did.
Plumbing apprenticeship.
Yes, sorted. That's good, mate. That's good.
No, I can't watch that one because I fucking hated it. I just wanted to get out of school.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I was going to be a painter.
You got a trade.
No, I then did 2 years of it.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. And that's it. You still everyone's on their journey, bro. You know that's the thing. I hate these people that put you in you gotta have your fucking house. You gotta do this. They're fucking sheep, mate. You can do what you goddamn want with your life. It's your goddamn life, not anyone else's.
It's true. Whatever makes you happy.
Exactly.
You can't really measure success either.
That's
what one of my mates' dad told me when I said your son, I won't say his name, but he's going to be real successful. Blah, he's got this and this, and he's like, he's successful now. What do you mean? Tell me how you measure success. And I was like,
100%.
Money? And he was like, nah, money's not success.
You gotta be rich in life.
It's a byproduct of
100%,
what things that you want and stuff. And I was just like,
100%. And it's
true.
And it's richness in life, you know. You could have people that have all the money in the world and they're not fucking happy, you know.
And then they shoot themselves in the head.
That's it.
Kurt Cobain style.
Kurt Cobain style, if he really did it. I think it was Courtney, you know.
Funny conspiracies in this.
Yeah, there is. He can say I'm a bit of a conspiracy nut.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, Alex Jones. Yeah, fully. InfoWars.
I reckon we've covered the fucking drug addiction.
Yeah, I reckon.
For my part.
Yeah, I reckon too. We nailed that
Anything
one pretty good.
So, let's say I want to join a boxing gym, Muay Thai, fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. How does one do it? How does
maybe just look wherever you live out there in the world. Just look up on Google like boxing in your area, or you know mixed martial arts gyms in your area, BJJ gyms in your area. You know whatever martial art you want to get into,
and just walk in.
And just maybe find out where it is. Walk in and just it's all chill. They're all cool. Like there's no like they're all humble people. You know, and they want to teach and help people, and that's the main thing. You know, it might be a bit of a stigma. Or it might be a bit confronting for some people or intimidating, but it's
I would
not.
be intimidated.
Yeah, and I can tell you this much: it's not. And maybe like it's everything when you're doing something new, or it's always nervous.
Yeah.
You know, like even when I was coming in to do this podcast, it's the first fucking podcast I've done, and I was bloody nervous. You know what I mean? Like, but
you're here.
But I'm here. That's
we're
it.
45 minutes in,
and it's and I'm having fun. And it's great. You know, like exactly right. That's like training. The hardest part's getting yourself there. So, but once you get yourself there, it's sweet. Like it'll change your life. You know, or it might not. But it's like this guy Duncan Trussell said. He's like you know, like self-love. Like go, like just try it. Just like once a day, sit down by yourself for fucking 10 minutes and tell yourself how good you are and how proud you are of yourself, of what you've done with your life.
I thought he was talking about jerking off.
No, I'm not talking about jerking off. Tell yourself, like, you know, give yourself a fucking pat on the back and do it for a week, and if you don't like it, nothing changes.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. No harm done. No harm done. That's it.
See,
but
Midnight
it might change your life. Yeah, he's that guy.
Midnight Gospel.
Oh, that's a great cartoon. Get into that. Yeah. Duncan Trussell, he's the man.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Duncan. You!
If you're listening, Dunk.
Yeah, we feel ya. Whoa.
That's right.
That's right, the durries. They get ya. The green durries.
Alright, so I'm happy with fucking the drug addiction portion and the martial arts.
Yeah, the martial arts.
Trying to spit out.
The herbs.
Aspiring artist. I literally found this out the day that I texted you, which was last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday.
Whenever it was.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably.
And you like the Tait Talks Instagram.
Yeah, Tait Talks, get on it. If you don't, we're coming for you.
And he knows how to fight. So, tell us about your art, man. I looked at it.
Well, art's that's been another healing thing for me, you know, and especially, like going through a bit of drug abuse and that, it definitely helps. And it's the same as martial arts, because it is an art itself. Like painting, you know, and it really helps rewire, like, you know, chemical imbalances in your brain and fucking wires you fucking fried from being a dickhead.
Yeah. So,
it's been a big part. It's good, and I still love it. It's therapeutic. It's like meditative. You know, I got really into the psychedelic side of things. You know, obviously had a few trips. You know, got on the mushies a bit. You know, got into cardboard country for a while, and fucking, you know, terrified the shit out of myself, but learned a whole heap about myself. You know, like, which is good, and being an artist or being a creative person, trying to be an aspiring artist. But I'm just doing art for art, man. For me, it's like, I love it, and it's like a healing, and if something happens with it, something happens with it, you know? Like, I don't want to lose the love I have and what it gives me, you know what I mean? You know, because I think, like, money can change people, and fame, and all that shit can fuck people up, you know? But
it's just another drug.
It is another drug, absolutely, and if you got that addictive personality, that might be a bit too much. But for me, it's fun. It's like a hobby on the side, you know. Like I do plumbing too, you know. That's my bread and butter at home and stuff. And but art's on the side, and I want to get more time to do it. I need to get my studio space set up a bit better. It's a little dream I got, and then it'll happen eventually. But it's a great tool too for drug addiction. And,
we're very focused.
Focused, and it's expressive. It's, you know, it can be one man's trash and another man's treasure, you know, and you know, there's paintings I do that I feel I put like a bit of myself in there and a bit of my soul in there, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I do some pieces and I go, wow, there's a bit of me in there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's cool. I really try and tap into the bigger picture and the bigger divine in the universe. You know, as cliche as that sounds, but for me, it's not cliche. It's I actually have painted and go into these trance-like states sometimes where, you know, I actually transcend to a different place, and it's fucking awesome. And it's for me, it's like when you're a little kid and you're lost in your own imagination. You know, you might be down, you know, on the sand dunes in the little tea trees and that. It looks like gummy bears live there and shit. You know, it's like Lord of the Rings vibes. You know, it's tapping into those ways your mind and your body and your spirit works. Like, you know, it's a really big thing. And I really enjoy like psychedelic colours and psychedelic, you know, vibes. And but some of my arts, there's a bit of dark shit in there, so it's sort of like it can have like psychedelic gore aspects to it. But you know, it's just expression, and it's like my subconscious painting something. You know, like it's just you know, I might plan some stuff, but then I've got my like bread and butter with art. It's like it's my shit that I do. It's my kind of style I'm trying to develop, and I've sort of developed it a bit over the years. And
how long have you been doing it?
I've been painting since I was like, you know, in primary school and shit. Okay. Like it's been my little thing to help. Like that was been my rock solid thing. I've always done forever. You know, and but it like, it's just sort of always done it forever, and it's really good. Like it helps me feel more fulfillment in this life of like actually understanding, you know, why we're here. And it's a very primitive thing, I reckon.
Yeah,
you know? You look at
they've been doing that forever.
They have hundreds of thousands of years, you know, and it's really cool. I like it a lot, and I do recommend it to everyone out there who, you know, has never done it before and wants to try it. Do it, and especially if you're a fucking drug addict, fucking start doing it ASAP because it'll help you. It'll give you meaning. It'll help you fix those questions you're asking yourself. You know, yeah, that's good with art.
So with your art. Are you just painting, or are you stencils?
I do all kinds. So originally I got into watercolours. You know, I did a lot of watercolours. The epic watercolours is good because you kind of got to let the water paint for you. You know what I mean? You got to put a lot of water on good watercolour paper that's sort of textured and that, and mix colours. You know, tones. You can get real good transparencies. Real good fades and bleeds, and you can, for me, I just kind of let the water paint for me, and then all of a sudden I might see something in the water, you know, and the paint all mixed together. It's like I was that kid who'd like look at a fucking rock on the ground and see a face in it, you know, or like an old tile on someone's floor or something like that. And
I do that shit.
Like I see faces in trees and stuff, you know, and wood and stuff like that. It's just like.
I'm always like, you see that? That's
yeah.
See that fucking thing? And they're like, no, you're an idiot. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, but you're not. You're just so much more aware of what's going on. No.
Looks like a Nazi.
So it's great. Like, so and that's how I sort of use that sort of aspect to try and develop my style. And that was sort of with watercolours, you know, I just sort of see faces. My paintings just sort of come to life themselves, you know.
Do you have a clear plan when you're doing it, or are you
I started off
draw one thing and then...
Well, originally, like, the first stuff I used to draw, like, waves, just surf waves. My older bro, he's really creative too, and I sort of copied his shit a bit, and that sort of got me on, give me the base to sort of draw and shit. But, you know, I'm not the best, and my stuff's a bit abstract, but, like, I've just developed my style, and that's what I went to Tait for a bit after high school, but I never finished and shit, because I just couldn't handle people telling me how to fucking paint. People telling me how to do my shit. This is not your shit, mate. This is me expressing myself.
Yeah.
You know, I got really defensive. Like, as you can see, I'm a pretty fucking defensive person. But that's just me. That's my makeup, and that's you know, I'm trying to, you know, work towards having empathy for others, but that's just how I roll, you know. But you know, I couldn't handle tax, and I ended up fucking dropping out, and you know, I just
you got to do what works.
I've got to do what works for you. It's exactly right, and that's life for everyone. They got to do what works for them. You know,
you have to try it. My dad once said to me, he's like, because I remember we were at like a fucking. We're at Geelong show or something like that. Oh, how good's the Geelong show, mate? So many carnies.
Oh, mate. Love the joint.
My brother was going on the Dodgem cars.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, you want to go on the Dodgem cars? I'm like, no. And he was like, why not? And I'm like, I don't want to do it. And he's like, you ever been on the Dodgem cars? And I'm like, no. And, like, I was like fucking 10.
Yeah.
And he was like, how do you know you don't like it? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, if you don't try things, you're never going to know you hate them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that was his
exactly
motto.
right, mate,
and I was just like, since I've been 10, I've been
simple.
like, you know.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
That sticks. And that's exactly, what we've been talking about. It's like...
There's some things I don't want to try, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
the hardest part's
I
get yourself to a dodgem card. And that's it, mate. You're not a man till you had a man. Fucking 3 metre floodies under here. Blokes on blokes, motherfucker. Get the dogs. Alright, well, that's it. The hardest part was probably getting in that fucking dodgem car. Once you did, you're probably like,
That was the greatest thing ever.
You know what I mean?
I went on like another 3 times.
Yeah, see?
And he was probably like, I wish I never fucking told him.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, he's going to get addicted to go get dodgem cars. Let's get him out of here. Start fiending out.
Stealing cars. I'm just going to pause it here.
Yeah, man, no worries.
Back to the dodgem cars.
Dodgem cars, yeah.
It was just something my dad said.
Yeah, perfect.
If you don't try it, you're never going to know you hate it. And I was like, it's a funny analogy in itself because it's like, well, if you don't try it, you're never going to know you hate it.
Yeah,
because most people are like, if you don't try it, you're never going to know you love it.
Yeah, and
whereas he went the opposite way of being like, it's probably fucking rat shit, mate, but just give it a shot.
Give it a shot, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because on the other side, then you might fall in love with it, and that's the beauty of trying new things and change and pushing yourself for change or to do something new, do something different. I reckon it's a really, really good thing. It's fucking hard though.
It's the hardest
struggles.
It's like quitting a job.
Yeah.
To pursue something
new. Exactly right. People get comfortable, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like I think if you want to adapt and excel, change is good, you know. Change is humbling, you know. And heavy shit too. Trauma can be fucking humbling, you know. You can go through all kinds of shit that can be humbling, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when Tait's brother, your older brother.
Oh yeah,
Muzz.
That idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, well he's in the SES, and not long ago I crashed my car. I was fucking blind drunk, and I was going 120 on a fucking dirt road, and I hit a kangaroo, and I lost control, and slid down this grass hill, bang, hit this tree, like pop shoved me car, rolled it. And my car popped shoved it around the other way, you know, I was nearly home and come to was just sort of compressed in this like fucking wreckage. It looked like a bomb went off and
it's pretty fucked.
Yeah, I climbed out and I ran. I thought I was running home, ran the wrong way, it was getting cold and shit. I was like, alright, I'm gonna go back in my car and sleep in it and then deal with it in the morning, get back and there's Tate's bro there, the SES, coppers, fucking ambos, the whole lot, you know, so. And it tripped me out, and I actually saw how fucked up my car was. I went into shock, and the ambos and that took me away. They wanted to check if my neck was broken and shit. I just had a broken hand and a fat lip, thank God, you know, because I was very lucky to come out alive, you know, like shit like that. And that's humbled me. I went, wow, I was an ego tripper, you know. I was going through a bit of mental health, but like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, I could have killed someone, you know. I'm fucking embarrassed by that shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to talk about it and tell people, like, you know, like that's how I heal too. It's I talk about shit.
Yeah.
You know, like that, and that's a perfect example of, you know, addiction and shit like that. Like, I was blind drunk driving a fucking car because I was, like, in a bad headspace, you know, like, it was nearly a death wish itself, you know, like, and thank God, you know, there was just white light around me, and I cut out of that, and then, you know, lost my license for 14 months and got an interlock in my car now, and, it's all
You're
good.
alive.
And I'm alive, I'm alive, that's it, and no one else is dead, I didn't hurt anyone, you know, I could have hit someone.
It's kind of nearly the best case scenario would have been getting home alive. Getting home without a scratch.
Yeah, without a
scratch. But,
like,
it's best case scenario for the crash that you had.
Yeah, the severity
and your car was, like, obliterated.
Yeah.
And you're here.
You know, shit like that. That's a trauma I've been through, and it's I've learned from it. You know, like you learn from good shit in your life, and you learn from bad shit. You know, life's all about learning, and it's good. Yeah, to just be
in the moment.
Be in the moment, and be a sponge and just absorb everything.
Going back to your fucking painting.
Yeah, back to the painting.
Yeah.
Seem to be jumping back to like drug abuse constantly. No?
Realistically, it's your life.
Exactly.
You can't if you want to cower away from it. It's like, well,
that's it.
You can't really pretend it's not.
Exactly. I'm here to face
it's a big part of your life,
yeah,
unfortunately.
100%.
But. Oh, it's fantastic that you're so open about it. Like, I'm not really probing too much. We had a bit of a dialogue before camera started. I'm not just going to be like, hey, tell us about this shit, mate. I'm not putting him on the spot, I hope.
Nah, not at all, mate. Like, and that's, you know, I'll come on this podcast to actually talk about shit, you know. That's one of the podcast, Tait
fantastic.
Podcast, you know, talks with Tait, you know,
Yeah.
Tait Talks.
Tait Talks Podcast.
Tait Talks Podcast. We're on,
and
it's good to just talk about life and talk about, being interviewed, talk about myself. I feel fucking special. It's great.
I mean, even getting to verbalise the things that happen to you.
Yeah, for
you actually, you know, you've obviously come to understand what has happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you're about, all this other stuff.
100%.
And you're present, which is fantastic.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I can still walk.
Yeah.
You know? Like, because the state of the wreckage, like, if the tree hit my side, I could be dead or have no legs. So that, you know, I'm very, very lucky again to come out of something like that. But that shit's humbling. Everything's humbling.
Pretty much. Waking up every morning is fucking humbling.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like, and living down here is humbling. Like, we're lucky.
Yeah,
we're privileged to live
pretty
down
lucky
here.
to be where we are.
100%, mate. 100%. Yeah. It's really good. It's good.
Back to the art. Actually, give a plug to your Instagram.
Okay, Will Stop. So WILLSOP. Yeah, or at Will Stop. Yeah, WILLSOP.
That's Instagram.
That's Instagram. Yeah. It's just
you can see all his artwork.
Yeah, it's just a little page I've got. I've got my art on there, and some other stuff, and it's like a slow.
Can people buy it if they were interested?
Yeah, if you're interested, you can DM me. Like, you know, a few of my mates and stuff have bought some. You know,
I saw Petey Max.
Yeah, Pete Mac. Yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury asked for a Freddie Mercury piece, so I tried to give him a psychedelic Freddie Mercury piece. You know, he was into it. It was cool, and a few of my other mates have got him. I've never really done an exhibition. That's what I wanted to do this year as well, was have an exhibition. So maybe at the end of the year, you know, if these Corona fucking rules and regs like die down a bit, you know, hopefully something like that can happen. You know, that sucks with the whole Corona. It's just the whole arts world, you know, and performing arts world's kind of gone to shit, you know.
Pretty fucked.
But thank God we've got technology and shit like this, so we can still
podcasts
get our stuff.
Live on.
Podcasts live on, and so does art. You know, you can blog and do all kinds of stuff online. But I'm selling my shit online, so if you want to fucking buy it, hit me up. Just at Willsop. Yeah.
I've always wondered, and you don't have to go into great detail about this, but how do you put a price tag on art? Do you go like it goes?
It's hard, man.
Yeah,
like it's really hard.
Because you see things like this is $47 million, and you're like, motherfucker tripped over with a paint can.
Yeah,
and it's 47 mil.
Nah, it's really hard. It's a hard thing, and especially
subjective.
Subjective, yeah. Like it's a hard one, that one, you know. Like, and for me, I just try and do it like a tradie. I'll just go, you know, if I spend 6 hours on a piece, I'm just going to be like, all right, I'm going to fucking charge you for 6 hours of my work, and then I've got a price for my work, and you'll fucking see that price if you hit me up for a fucking paint. So
So are you doing?
DM me. No.
I mean, go ahead, man. If you guys enjoy art and want to buy some fucking, I really enjoyed the stuff.
Just have a look, you know. But up to you. I'm not.
Like his page, you cunts.
You fucking dogs.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get you.
Yeah. Mental health, alright? It's good for his mental health.
Yeah.
Likes. Get some likes, alright? You selfish cunts.
Not about
Click the button! Click the button for Tait Talks! Why are you fucking at it? Like everything. Tait Talks, like it all.
Like it all.
Sponsor me. Sponsor the fucking show.
Get it going. Get it going.
Yeah. I don't want to get a real job. Alright?
Yeah. Same here, man. I'd love to paint for a living, you know. Like, it'd be cool, but it's something I can do. Like when I'm an old man and I can't fucking do physical shit and that. Like I'll still be able to paint, and that's cool. I like to have that. It's like all music, you know, playing guitar or something like that. I play a little bit of guitar, not as good as some of my mates, man. My mate Huey Warner, you, yeah, brothers. Soul Saving, fucking Ant-Man, you guys shred on the guitars.
Just giving everyone a plug.
Yeah. So plugging everyone.
It's a porn star motto.
Yeah.
What's it going to... No, pegging everyone.
Pegging everyone, yeah. But you got pegged.
I'm just trying to think.
By the wildebeest.
The fucking your art stuff.
Yeah.
You don't... So it just comes to you. You just fucking...
just
do it.
It comes and goes. Like I have some fucked up nightmares sometimes, and I'll do some paintings about them. You know, like
is that therapeutic or terrifying?
It's a bit of both. You know, it's a bit of both. It's a bit of
more of
understand. I have some pretty loose dreams, like some crazy ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's from should have been through or whatever, but like subconsciously
it's coming out.
Yeah, for sure.
Apparently
Like, I'll wake up screaming in the middle of the night and shit, you know? Yeah, like, you have those ones. But, you know, sometimes I do paintings of that, but sometimes I get inspired by nature, you know? Nature and animals I'm starting to get into. Like, I used to be, like, real into, like you know, I do a lot of skulls and stuff like that, like psychedelic kind of, you know, tripped out watercolour ones, you know, human faces, like, just characters that I must imagine in my head. I just... Yeah, it's like, I kind of just let it all roll and happen, and it's like, sort of like chemistry. I kind of... You know, you do something, you might make a mistake, but then you can build on the mistake and it turns into something. It's just like you're constantly building and you're constantly changing and adapting to however or whatever you put down or whatever medium you're using. You know, you could be using spray paint, you could be using watercolours, inks, oils, you know, acrylics. You could be using them all at once, you know, like on like wood panels or canvases. Like I got into doing like resin and like all my all my art I did on just big bits of ply and stuff, you know. When we made Matty Shea, another plug out there. Yeah, Matty.
Shea Dog.
Pale Horse Surfboards, he'd be another one.
Yeah.
Fucking local shaper. But we'd resin over the paintings and he helped me learn how to do that. You know, we did it like a surfboard. You put a couple of coats of resin and then a filler coat, and then you'd sand it down and wet rub it and polish it. And it was a bit of a process, but it was just how they did the surfboards. And comes up nice, and it gives some of my pieces that I do on wood panels like a more 3D effect, or kind of like it just brings out the art more, or pops the colours, and it creates a good it's just a good way to do it. So I'll do all kinds of stuff. And that's the thing with art. It's very elusive, like martial arts and surfing. It's all like, it's just anything goes. That's why these fucking paintings of some guy kicked a paint can on a fucking canvas go for so much money, because anything goes with that shit. Anything's art's subjective.
Still annoys me.
You know what I mean? Like, it does, but it's like
when I see something real nice, I'm like, that's lovely.
Yeah,
and then some cunt's fucking abstract. I'm like, fuck up.
Yeah, that's just rich people, and they go to auctions, and it's just
5-year-old kid.
Yeah,
It's
loose, but that's life, you know. There's loose shit in life like that. But I like art because it's humbling for me, like martial arts and surfing, and it really brings me really grounds me and brings me to, you know, my roots and my core of my own spirit. Like, you know, like I'm a hippie, but I'm a bogan hippie, you know. Like I'm a bit of a fucking hillbilly hippie guy. Like, you know, that's the type of fucking way I roll, you know. But it's good, you know. So that's why art's great. Recommend that too, motherfuckers. Get on the art program. Create stuff. Be creative.
Yeah, I would say that too. I mean, like just going from like stand up to fucking,
you know, like
podcasting,
writing and shit.
writing,
like, writing's so super
all that
creative.
bullshit.
Yeah, like it's healing, and it makes you smarter too.
If you apply yourself, you are literally just. You are training your brain to be creative and think out of the box, and just 100%. Go like, you know, there's geniuses out there that are so good at just mathematics and this or that, but you give them a fucking creative puzzle to do, like some sort of, you know, tell us how you would do this, you know. I'll give you a blanket and 2 bricks. Figure out what are the things you can do with this, and they're like, you know, and the creative person's like, fucking make this, and they just don't have that creative ability.
But
so when you get a nice mix
that creative ability's there in everyone, I believe it is. You know, I haven't fucking looked into it, it's scientifically proven, but I believe that creative ability is in most people. And it's just
to some extent.
You just gotta.
We all do it when we're kids. Let's be honest.
Mate, we're born like it. We're born like, you know, like with all that shit, and it's
that's what we're doing when we're
exactly.
A kid, so
painting and learning, and you're learning, like, you know, super fast when you're real young. But like I think it's just finding ways to activate that way of thinking and using your body, and to do that. For everyone, again, it's different, but everyone has the creative potential. Absolutely, I highly believe that.
I think that too. I'm going to side with you on this one.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your go-to paint? Like, sorry, not paint, but what's your go-to medium? What do you love to paint? What do you, every time you're like, I just love
I can paint skulls pretty fucking easy, and I've been doing that since I was a grommet in primary school. So that's, you know, I was just like drawing skulls and like banners and shit, and like, fucking weird, like, shit like that. I can do all that dark shit pretty fucking good. Pretty easy.
So do you enjoy it?
Oh, fuck yeah, I enjoy it, but it's like, sometimes I just read dark paintings and I go, holy fucking shitballs.
Do you ever...
So I've got some shit I don't show no one. Yeah. It's like some dark, deep shit. That's like fucking...
It's the back catalogue.
Yeah, the fucking back catalogue.
DMing for that.
Yeah, fucking, you have to pay big bucks for that shit.
So if someone wanted to fucking DM you and be like, I want custom made...
Yeah, absolutely,
What would they... But... So would you say, like, what are you looking for? And they'll be like, I like deers, I like the bohemian style, skulls, owls.
Yeah, well, like, I used to be just, like, do paintings and crew would be like, oh, I like that, can I buy it? Yeah, for sure. But now, like, I kind of ask someone, I go, well, what do you kind of want? I'm trying to be a bit more like a tattoo artist, like, where they, a person comes in and they want this, this, and this, and the tattoo artist, will do their take on it and then tattoo it on the human canvas.
Yeah.
So I kind of been doing that, trying to take that more look of not being as abstract as I am, and be like, okay, customer, what are you into? What do you want? What do you want in this? What are you feeling? Can you maybe shoot me a few photos of other shit you're into? Maybe work with me. What do you want? And
I suppose you want to please at the same time.
Yeah, because
your own artistic spin.
Exactly. I want to kind of give the customer what they want. But if what they want, if they sometimes they just go, yeah, man, like free reign, do whatever the fuck you want.
Have you sold many?
To be honest, I haven't really sold that much.
Yep.
I've sort of... My mate Matty Ando, he buys fucking heaps. He's a lord. Fucking... shout out to Matty Ando. You, brother. You! But, Petey Mark, a few crew. Like, me auntie bought one. Like, I'll give a few away. Jezza Thornton bought one.
Is that
Matty.
Is that you go to, like, Christmas presents these days? Like, here's a painting can.
Nah, it's not. Sometimes,
I would.
Sometimes. But I don't know, sometimes for me, like, I think I'll be a bit hard on myself.
Yeah, what's your success rate? And I mean from you start you start a painting and you finish it. And you don't either scrap it or paint over it.
There's paintings where, like, there's paintings I got that I did, like, 4 years ago. And they just sit in my little, like, setup. And, I might pull them out in a week and then I just go, and then I might add on heaps of cool shit and then it's finished.
Yeah, okay.
Because I might do something shit 3 years ago and I fucking hate it. And I just fucking chuck it in with all the other ones.
Yeah.
And then, and then I might, like, down the years from there and I just do other shit, cool stuff I plan, and I sort of know when it's finished. But for me, it's hard when to stop because, I could just keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And sometimes I've done paintings where I'm like, oh, fuck, that's mad, and kept going and kind of fucked them a bit, but they still look bad, but like, that's a bit much.
Yeah, it's too bad.
yeah, but I think that's just me being hard on myself. Like, I'm really hard on myself a lot of the time, and I need to be easier on myself. But I think it's good to be like that in ways because it's just like you're sharpening your blade, you fucking want to be prime,
Yeah. How did you learn all this stuff?
Like, it's in my genes. Like, my nan was a really good painter. She did really good pastels, like fucking like landscapes, like 12 apostles and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Full of photo, like really rad. And then my mum was pretty good, and then also like I think it was my great grandpa. His name was Kendrick Blogg, and he did a lot of Australiana eucalyptus carvings and stuff, wood carvings, like mad ones, like so look him up. I swear he had some shit in one of the Melbourne galleries.
Oh really? What was his name?
Kendrick Blogg. Kendrick Blogg, and that's my younger brother Addis. His middle name is Kendrick Stevenson.
Okay.
But yeah, so we got a few of his pieces at home, like really old. They're old as fuck, a couple hundred years old, but they're maddest, really delicate wood carvings of like gum leaves and gum nuts.
Have you ever tried any of
carving and shit? I've tried like lino cuts, like stuff like that. Like I did a lot of that shit in TAFE, but I'd like to get into like chainsaw, like sculpting, like doing big shit, like just there's like half a tree in the ground and shit, just like fucking do some crazy totem or something like that.
You want to test out your fucking skills?
Yeah,
we got a giant fucking tree out there.
Yeah, I could be keen for
this
sure.
This high, like this round.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to do. Try and get into some of that stuff like that. I think there's a local guy, Mark Trinham, and I think Glenn Romanis. I think they do that stuff locally around Torquay. You see all those like sculptures along the lookouts and stuff. Yeah. There's ones of like seals and stuff at steps and shit like that. So they do stuff like that. So it'd be cool to get into that. But like that'd be cool. But my go-to medium is probably watercolors. That's what I learn on the best. well, like that's how I sort of learned how to, you know, how I sort of paint.
Yeah.
But you know, and my older brother was in a lot of graffiti and a lot of like, you know, like hip hop and stuff. So you know, that was a big influence on me too. You know, like I do sometimes attributes little bits of that into my style as well. Yeah, but it's most of my stuff's pretty abstract, psychedelic, with you know, all kinds of characters and animals and shit like that all tied into it. Yeah,
it's pretty unique. You guys should check it out. Was it Will Sop?
Willsop, Willsop, yeah, at Willsop.
On Instagram.
Yeah, Willsop.
Check his stuff out because it is pretty cool. I think we're done, brother man.
Sweet as, man. That's sweet, bro.
Thank you.
Cheers for having me on.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for being an open book. I know I could probably easily press you for a lot more, but I don't want to fucking burn you out.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man.
Good luck with martial arts, the artist stuff, and especially fucking this crazy fucking addiction shit.
Yeah, I'm all good, you know. I got all that shit in control, you know. But it's just good to talk about it, and I like to make people aware of it, you know, for younger people out there, you know, like.
Well, I didn't know. You know, I've known you for. 15 years type thing.
Yeah, but like the young people listening to this show, like, you know, I want to be able to, like, maybe the tools that I was talking about, maybe you could use them if they're going through similar stuff, you know, like, I just want to help people, like, you know, and like, I ain't no fucking oil paint either, I just want to tell you guys that, like, you know, it's one day at a time, yeah, like, so, just be easy on yourself out there, people, and if you fucking want to have a chat with me or ask for advice or anything like that, just hit me up.
Willsop.
Willsop.
On fucking Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of episode 10, I believe we're up to. Tait Talks, I'm the host, Tait Middleton. My guest has been Will Stevenson. Thank you so much again, Will.
Cheers, brother. Thank you.
We're fucking out of here, as they always say. God bless.
God bless.
Don't really mean it.
God bless, man.
Thank you, guys. See you for episode 11 next week. Thank you.